What is going on? My name is DV Deluxe. Of course, you should know that by now. This is Arcade Paradise VR. Now, strangely enough, what I have to do for this particular video is a bit of voiceover because the in-game audio completely drowned out the microphone that is on the Quest 3. So what I am doing is re-talking over it, and I've already wasted too much time. So, getting into the actual game, I'm just going to show you some of the special, unique flavors, features, I don't know where flavors came from, that is exclusive to Arcade Paradise VR. As you may well know, this is one of the games that I have played on stream. This game is about a year and a half old, if not 2 years by now. Definitely doesn't feel that old. But it's a game where you run an arcade, starts off as a laundromat. I am pretty far into the game, even in the VR version of it, which is a completely different version. If you have the original console or Steam version, this is not the same game. This is the game exclusive to the Quest 2, 3, and I think that's it. I haven't really researched it too much. But anyways, what makes one of these games, I'm doing everything in one take, what makes this game unique is of course, features that you can only do in VR, like using the hand tracking, or rather controller tracking, to play games like air hockey. This is actually one of the funner games that are VR exclusive. Now, you could play this in the old game, but of course you were using a controller. This is pretty close to real life. The physics are very good, and as I mentioned in this video, of course, you can't hear the original audio, but I could literally play this all night. This is extremely fun. No two-player mode that I know of, and that I think they're going to do. I don't know. We'll see. But that was one of the features that I wanted to show you. This is the way the arcade looks. I still have a couple of boxes to unlock. But once you start unlocking boxes, one of the things you will get very early on in the game is a little VR machine. And it's not this one. This is actually one you get a little later. We'll do that in another video, perhaps, as I mentioned in the original audio. There's Barkanoid. I still hold the world record in the Steam version. And this over here is the VR machine that I'm talking about. So once I put it on, the audio in the game actually quiets, and you'll be able to hear the original audio of me talking. So I'm going to go ahead and let Past DV explain everything beyond this point. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to actually come back afterwards. You'll see nothing. What's going on? What's going on? It's just my apartment. It's slightly clean. It looks fine, but then we're still in VR. Now what we do here is we hit this edit button, and guess what? We can now place our good old Barkanoid. We can place this in real life. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and stick that right there. I'm always a stickler for making sure that the occlusion pretty much works, where it's not intersecting with anything. And you know what? Look, we got blockchain. We're going to stick blockchain right next to it. Before long, guys, anything that we unlocked in the game, I'm not going to be a perfectionist, but basically anything we unlock in the game, we can place in real life. As real as you want it to be, anyway. And believe me, once you start sticking some of these units in, it starts to look pretty believable. I'm going to go ahead and stick a few of them in here. Let's see. Oh, let's stick that one right. You know what? Let's go ahead and stick that. No. I'm indecisive. I had a real nice setup the other day. Right there. I like that. Now, on top of just sticking things in our own environment, what do we have here? What else do we have? Let's go ahead and stick that over there. Before long, depending on how big a room is, you could literally have all of this stuff basically taking the place of your real life items. It's really, really cool when you see everything in place. And what I'm going to do here is try not to think too much about where the placement of everything is and just show you, look, I'm trying not to bump into an actual virtual item. Now, of course, this is pretty much only available with the Quest 3's mixed reality feature. So Quest 2, it's not going to look this pretty, if at all. You know what? Let me stick a pretty... I don't have enough room for the air hockey table. But I want to stick something right here where this table is. So guess what I'm going to do? Oh, a jukebox. Let's go ahead and stick the jukebox over here. There we go. That looks nice. All right. Let's wrap things up with a good old video hockey. Video air hockey. There we go. Now that's nice. I like that. I can dig that. That is turning my living space into an arcade. And of course, we hit exit. We are now able to walk around. And of course, like I said, Present DV is back because that audio was crazy. This is one of my first times actually recording audio and video off of the Quest 3. So I'm learning. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. Anyways, this is the way it looks. This is the way it's set up. I go ahead from this point and just play a couple games. I don't really talk too much more about what's going on. I just kind of show you what things look like in the mixed reality, augmented reality, whatever you want to call it at this point. There's so many names for it. Pass-through mode. It's all there. And the interactions with everything makes them feel pretty solid. It makes everything feel pretty realistic. At this point, I go ahead and mess around with the jukebox, which gives you a little bit of in-game music. That only made things worse as far as this voiceover was in the original video. And one other thing I mentioned is just keeping in mind that when you do put a whole lot of virtual objects in your real world space, just make sure you're not bumping your head or your legs or your arms on real world objects that you can no longer see. Because believe me, it gets kind of painful. Guys, that about does it for this video. So I just go ahead and mess around a little bit more with this. I don't even remember what I was saying at this point, other than just kind of being impressed with how everything looked. It looks pretty nice. It looks pretty nice. Of course, your mileage may vary. Just know that it doesn't look this crisp when you're actually interacting with things in real life. It does look very believable, but I feel like that post-processing when you're doing the screen recording can be a little bit deceiving. So definitely just don't expect, what would you call it, Apple Vision levels of clarity. Although this is still very, very fun to do. And it only goes up from here. So guys, I think I'm going to leave it at that. If you know me, you know I will ramble on forever. But guys, you know where to find me. And you know what? Let's just call it at that. I don't think there was too much more I talked about here. I think I just ended things with, there we go. We're going to play some Zombat to close things out. Guys, I'm DV, and I will see you in the next one.